As you can see, I am in a different setting, and this is my new room. I am so excited to share this video with you guys. This has been in the making for a couple of weeks now, and I am finally done, and I'm finally at a place where I'm really happy with how my room is looking. But yeah, this is my room transformation. This is how I went from this.
You really make me wanna fly, cross my heart and hope to die. Lonely, you're the reason why I can feel those butterflies when
to this
at night.
So let's go back to the beginning where my room was still purple. So a little bit of backstory about this house. I have lived here for 9 years, ever since I was 12 years old, and I was so excited that I could paint my room. So I decided purple was the answer. Honestly, who let me paint my room purple? It came completely white, and honestly a couple years later I probably would have preferred that, but at the time I was like, no, white is not for me, I want it to be purple. But very quickly, probably 2 years after, I was really over the purple, but just never came around to repainting it and redoing it, and it was fine. But now I am 21 and I just feel like I wanted a change. I wanted it to suit my personality more. So I decided to do a room makeover. A huge thank you to my mom for letting me do this, and she did pay for basically everything, so I'm super grateful because I obviously couldn't do this without her. My vision for this room was I kind of wanted it to be very bright, very open. Of course, I wanted to bring in some life with plants, even though they're fake, but you know, it adds color and it adds personality. And I knew I didn't want to do just a white walls. The color that I chose is called Designer Gray. I knew I wanted to go with a gray rather than a white, just because all my furniture is white and I feel like that would be a little bit too much white for my liking. But I really like the gray that I picked out. I think it looks really good with the white and the wood of the floor. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I wanted to add a pop of color, which is mustard yellow. I just think it's a super happy color. It goes really well with the gray and the white as well. And I already had those pieces from last year, so why not reuse them? So the first thing I had to do was move every piece of furniture out of my room except my bed, because that was too big and I didn't want to take it apart. So I just left it in my room, but everything else was gone. And then I had to go in and spackle all of the holes from drills, from hanging things over the years, and there was a lot more than I expected. And then this giant hole that I don't even recall how it got here. It was hiding behind my bed frame, and I low-key have a recollection of when this happened, but not really.
This is what it's looking like right now. It's definitely a janky job, but tomorrow after we sand it, it should look a lot better.
So after spackling as many holes as I could find, I let it dry overnight, and the next day it was time to sand and paint. But the first thing I had to do was basically put my entire room in a body bag. And at this point, we were just sticking with carpet. I wasn't gonna redo the floors or anything. I was just gonna have carpeted floors. So if I got anything on the carpet, then my mom would put me in a body bag. So yeah, I wrapped my entire room in this plastic tarp, made sure every surface was covered so that when I was sanding and painting, nothing would ruin the carpet. And then it was time to tape off the baseboards. And looking back at it now, we kind of did this in reverse. Normally people would rip out the floors, do the floors first, paint, and then put on brand new baseboards. But at this point, like I said, I was just planning on painting my room, and that was it. So at this point, when I'm trying to tape, I realized that my baseboards are disgusting. This particular corner was behind one of my drawer units, so It was pretty dusty, pretty filthy, pretty disgusting, so sorry you had to look at that. But yeah, I had to clean off all of my baseboards before I was able to tape them off because the tape wouldn't stick. But after that, it was time to tape, like I said. And honestly, this was kind of harder than I expected just because I wanted to be super precise. Because I didn't want to ruin the baseboards. I wanted to get as close as possible so that when I painted, no purple would show through. And then it was time to sand. My least favorite part out of all of this, to be honest. It takes a lot of arm strength, and you have to really get it flat down, because when you paint over it, even if you think it's not super flat, you'll see the raised surface. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it was my first time ever doing this. I'm just glad that it's over, to be honest. And then it was time to paint. My favorite part back then, but now that I've painted so many rooms, I'm over it. But at the time, it was super fun. I painted my entire room by myself. So first I started off by cutting all the edges. I didn't use tape around my closet or on the ceiling or anything because one, I have popcorn ceilings, so that wouldn't work with the tape. And I was just being extra careful, and I was also gonna paint the borders. I don't know what it's called, guys, I'm so sorry, but the borders around my closet and door, I was just gonna repaint that white anyway. And my uncle's a painter, and he taught me how to cut without tape. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I think I did a pretty good job. This sped up clip makes it look super easy, but this was definitely an all-day process. I definitely could have used more paint during my first and second coat. I ended up doing 3 coats in total, which to painters everywhere, they're probably cringing because normally you just do 2 coats. However, I was trying to go gray over purple, and I wasn't using a whole lot of paint just because I didn't want to overdo it. But looking back at it now with all my experience, I definitely could have used more paint in each coat. And then I started rolling, which was so much better on the wrist. Guys, my hand was cramping from cutting for so long. But I basically cut it once, rolled it once, then cut it, and then rolled it, and then cut it, and rolled it.
Waves crashing in the hearts that break, falling in the new escapes, longing for what you can't explain. Tell me what you won't say when it's all in the yesterdays. So we beat our boats away past the current, won't ceaseless.
I mean, just a new paint color in the room completely changes the vibe, and I was so happy at this point. Then I decided I wanted to paint my closet white and my door, and obviously the little baseboards and things around the door. And they were already white. But wow, you guys, a fresh coat of white paint makes such a difference, even when you think what you have is white already. I honestly was so shocked at the difference between the white paint and what I thought was a white closet and white door. So yeah, even if you're doing a smaller project and trying to spruce up your room, a fresh coat of white paint makes all the difference and makes it look so much newer, so much cleaner, so much more fresh. I did 2 coats on both the closet and the door.
As you're talking, I start thinking, all the details start to sink in. But I don't care about the right now. Spend the summer in this beach house. 'Cause I will try to play my part.
And at this point, I thought I was done. I thought that I would just have a freshly painted room, keep the carpet and everything. But then my mom decided that she wanted to redo our floors, which obviously I'm not going to disagree with. I personally have always wanted hardwood floors. These are just laminate, but the look in general of wood floors, I just really love it. And I think it's a lot cleaner than carpet. But going into this, we were not going to do the floors. And then my mom saw how much cleaner my room looked now that it was freshly painted. And it just made the floors look super gross to her. So we made the executive decision literally like the next day that we are gonna redo our floors. So a couple trips to Rona later, we decided on wood floors and started to rip up the carpet.
What you have to cut is cut this. Cẩn thận cái đinh.
And at first, this seemed like a pretty daunting task to us, but it was actually super quick and easy. And now all of the carpet in our house is ripped up and we are in the process of doing the floors in every single room.
In other words, my house is in shambles right now.
My lies memorized in my heart.
And we definitely couldn't install the wood floor without my uncle. So this is what the wood flooring looks like that we picked out. I really like the brown. I definitely wanted it to be brown, and I think this was a really great option. And what was really great and was kind of a sign was it was on sale. So it was kind of perfect timing to redo our floors. So we bought 48 boxes of laminate wood, and then my uncle came and started helping us out. We honestly couldn't do this without him. It was actually a lot harder than we anticipated, just because the wood floors we've used in the past to do our basement were a little bit different. These ones take a little bit more strength to install. But yeah, my uncle really helped us out here. He's just such a handyman. He's so good at cutting things and making them fit perfectly. He is a perfectionist. So yeah, it turned out so good.
Now you are someone I rely on. You make me feel
obviously had to get new baseboards because we ripped out the old ones to rip out the carpet. And with the new baseboards, they obviously had to be nailed into place. But they did leave behind little holes, which was as expected. So I took it upon myself to spackle up these holes and let it dry, sand it down, and paint them white. I only painted the specific spots white and didn't paint the entire thing just because these were brand new baseboards and the white matched pretty perfectly, so I didn't want to trouble myself any further. So I just painted the spots, which is technically wrong, but you can't really tell, so it's all good. I have to clean up my mess, but look at this. My mom just mounted the mirror, so good job, Mom. This plant I got from IKEA. Everything's from IKEA, but this plant, it needs a cuter pot holder. This is just the one it came in, but for now it'll do. And then this desk I just put together, we're putting here, and we forgot to buy the chair that goes with it, or the chair I want to go with it, so that'll have to be another day. But yeah, this is, oh my god, I almost died. This is what we've done.
Winter brought me to the water where we used to play. Frozen solid, sinking softly, songs of yesterday. Wilted lilacs painting all these.
Wow! Wow! I don't think I talked about putting this mirror up. My mom helped me with basically mounting everything. She mounted this mirror, and this shelf for me. So yeah, the real MVP here. But this is just my old mirror that I had earlier that I'm reusing because it's still good. I decided not to like hang it above and just have it kind of resting, and then it is mounted so it doesn't slide and fall. But I don't know, I'm just kind of liking how it looks more than rather it being on the wall. So yeah, that's the vibe. It's a sad, empty shelf right now, but I'm planning on putting up some more plants that I bought that are fake, and probably like maybe a couple of books, maybe a couple pictures, stuff like that. I don't want it to be too crowded, but yeah, right now this is all I have. I was gonna put this up there, but it looked kind of weird according to my mom, so I think I'll just leave it on this desk. Obviously I have to make this clean and look nice, but yeah, I think this I'll keep down here. I'm planning for this wall, I think I want to make a Polaroid wall. I just want it to look not so white and gray. I want it to have some personality and make it seem like, you know, this is my room, this is where I live. And it's not so stark all the time. I just want it to feel a little bit more homey, have some personality to it. So I'm gonna put Polaroids up there. And then this light is, I don't like this light at all. So eventually I am gonna switch it out. I did buy one from IKEA today, but I just haven't put it up yet. It is kind of late, so I'll probably do that another day. And then this I have to go through. Right now it is full of like lotion and makeup and stuff like that. I'm gonna clean it out and turn it into a clothing storage unit just because I have a lot of clothes. I need more space for it, so I'm gonna turn that into where I can put clothes because it's right next to the closet, which is perfect. And obviously this is gonna be gone. It's just part of a different unit that I'll probably put underneath because there's lots of space. And yeah, I just need a stool here. I think I'll go with a stool just because I can tuck it underneath and have all this open space once it's clean obviously, but I think I like the open space more than having a chair that's gonna be jutting out all the time. I got this plant, this fake plant off of Amazon. It actually came with 2 bundles of these leaves, but this is just one. What's nice is that you can actually pop off the extra if you want it to be shorter instead of cutting it, and that way you still have the option of putting it back on if you don't like it or you just want more fullness. But this is what it's looking like so far. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the second one in the same pot. I just feel like it'll be a little too thick, but we'll see. I'm not sure how realistic this looks, but it's a cute decoration piece in my opinion. So yeah, I also added my fairy lights onto this shelf. It's not done yet. I still have to, you know, make it look nice, but I've had these fairy lights for years and I usually use them for like my photography, but I thought it'd be really cute up here at night because I don't have a bedside light or a night light or anything. But yeah, it's just battery controlled. It's really nice and I've been loving it every night so far. So
since I didn't have a whole lot of things on the wall, it was looking pretty bare, a little too bare for my preference. It just felt very like show homey. I wanted to add a little bit more personality, and what better way to do that than pictures? And the best pictures that I have are in Polaroid form. So of course I did a basic Polaroid wall. As basic as it is, I think it looks so good. I loved the placement. I love looking back at all the memories I have. Honestly, with this many Polaroids, why not put them on display? Why put them in a box?
So this is the final Polaroid wall. I know it's crooked. It's actually really obviously crooked from this angle, but you know what? It adds character. I think it looks pretty good, considering I just eyeballed everything. So yeah, don't come for me. I know it's crooked, but still cute though. And although it's not perfect yet, I still have to replace the light fixture. I just haven't gotten the chance to mess around with it yet. I'm kind of waiting for my uncle to help me out. Again, my uncle is our handyman. I'm really pleased with how it turned out, and I guess here's the big reveal.
Always look the same. When words have no place and time has escaped. Ooh, that's where our hearts connect. So you and I should be human beings and not just pieces in a puzzle we can read. Don't you wanna go outside? So it goes, baby, go. Grow, baby, grow. Don't leave it all for the other side. Just move, baby, love. Don't let go. Hanging on for
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I had so much fun redoing this entire room. I'm so happy right now. A huge, huge, huge shout out to my mom for allowing me to do this, funding all of this, and just letting our house look like a tornado ripped through it for the last couple of weeks. And to my uncle for doing so much for us. Thank you so much to both of you. I am so grateful and so excited. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for a new video every Wednesday. I do have more room transformations coming because we are basically doing our entire house. This is episode 1. My bedroom. Next I've got my office. We're in the middle of doing our living room, then our bathroom, and most likely our kitchen as well. So a huge home improvement project going on right now. Be sure to subscribe and watch out for that. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!